Hello, hi, howdy. Here I'm going to be talking about two mods, really three. First is one of my go-to mods. I have been in love with it ever since I first saw it, and it is called Wearable Lanterns. As you can see, you wear your lantern. When you sneak, it automatically turns off. So you can set it to where it doesn't turn off when you're sneaking, but obviously it's far more realistic for it to turn off if you're sneaking, because you don't want to be seen. You can, should have had this set up beforehand. You can also give them to your companions, though it doesn't always work well with some of the companions, especially some of the more special companions. It kind of glitches, but if you're using like a vanilla companion, it works pretty well. And you can set the brightness. Right now I have it at 3. You can go up to 4 or 1, however what level you want. You can have position. I usually do it on the back. It just makes, it's a more easily breakable thing, you would think. I kind of think of it as possibly a Dwemer tech. I like Dwemer stuff, and it's a infinite light source, so it has to have some magic or something to it. And so you can have it and you can choose how your companion holds it too. The mode, it's always the ones, basic things. Sneaking, like you can have it disabled where it will stay lit even when you're not sneaking. Fuel burn, I guess, yeah. You can't have it where it does use oil and you have to do the lantern. I don't do that personally. But yeah, so that's the first mod, is Wearable Lanterns. I absolutely love them. I still use torches in survival in early game, since they give warmth, and this does not give warmth. It just gives you a little bit of light. And really, you can get through most dungeons without any light at all if you really want to. So it's not that big a deal, I don't think. But I think it's a nice and immersive aesthetic thing to have, is have a lantern that you attach to your belt and provides you some extra light. The other mod I'm going to talk about is Serana add-on by Martimius. He is also the person who did Ash Crystal Heart.
There you are.
And this is why I chose to bring it up right at this time. Is beyond adding to her normal dialogue for Dawnguard and expanding on her normal personality and giving you more options beyond just the Dawnguard content, she interacts a lot with the Dark Brotherhood content too. Like each time you go into the sanctuary and come out, she will ask for updates because she says she's not allowed in there, which is odd. You're a team. She helps you do your contract, so why wouldn't she be allowed in with you? Whatever. But she always wants to go through dossiers. She makes comments on them like, okay, this makes sense why this person's done. When you kill Defont, the guy who catfished the one girl to get into the rich family to steal their stuff. It's like, okay, it makes sense why she would want him dead, and he's a bandit. He makes sense he should die anyways. But killing the other daughter after the family's already lost other people, she did nothing wrong. She does give you moral choices, and this is like Lord Bach, the bad bard. It's like, what? Someone wants him dead just because he's a bad bard. Well, I'm not going to kill a person just because they're a bad singer. I'm a terrible singer. I've thought about putting up videos of me singing along to music I like. They might be deemed weapons of mass destruction, or be a noise marine from 40k. It would be hideous. Still be fun for me though. Anyways, so I just killed the Emperor, or actually his decoy, and she's meeting me outside the tunnel, and I'm commenting how the mission was a decoy. The mission was a failure, and I only killed a decoy. The sanctuary is in trouble because Commander Morrow just told me that he's putting the entire Dark Brotherhood to the sword because a member of the family let him know what was going on.
Be a good guide for this.
Okay, and her dialogue
just
just
you and me against the world.
Hey, look, there's a dragon I killed somewhere else, and its skeleton is following us. It's haunting us. Anyway, so yeah, Serana as an add-on. great follower if you love the Dawnguard stuff, if you like vampire stuff.
Back with more flattery, I see.
I definitely recommend it. The big notable difference I noticed
we need to get to the sanctuary.
Is that if you don't have the add-on, have the mod, and
come on, we need to get to the sanctuary.
Okay, be quiet for a minute. If you don't have the add-on, and it comes to the decision where she makes the decision to whether she remains as a vampire or not, it doesn't seem like it's a big moral dilemma to her at the time, and it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Why would I want to be a vampire still? And she goes to cure herself. Whereas with this add-on, the impression I got when talking to the character was like she didn't want to give up being a vampire. And so I didn't push it. It's like, I mean, you wouldn't do that if you're role-playing through it, and it's like, okay. But she definitely has a problem with you if you're a werewolf, because I tried this playthrough starting as a werewolf through the companions, and besides all the guards saying things, and she was a lot more hostile to me because she could sense I was a werewolf. I didn't end up getting myself cured, but that was mostly because the werewolf playthrough just wasn't fun. But yeah, the Serana add-on by Martimius is definitely a plus. I love it. I've been trying to do the Ash Crystal Heart on a different playthrough. It was bugging out at one point, but there has since been an update, so I'm going to see if that playthrough will now work and I can continue her dialogue. But it makes sense why it's a bit buggier, because she has her own quest line. It's not revamping, adding dialogue to existing quests. Her story is everything's brand new. It's stretching the lore a bit, but I think it's just in it enough that I would say it's still immersively lore friendly, but it's right on that line for Ash. Serana, perfectly fine. I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Definitely makes her more of an individual character. And it'd be nice, really, if more of the classical characters in Skyrim got that kind of a treatment, so you actually felt more like they were their own person rather than Lydia, their housecar, or Yusoda, the Khajiit liaison, or the more just two-dimensional characters. I add them, give them more life, though obviously that would take a lot more to do. And I don't know what kind of team Martimius might have, but like I said, again, the Serana add-on by Martimius. If you like the vampire stuff, if you like the Dawnguard, I definitely suggest getting it. Definitely suggest getting wearable lanterns. All you need is a lantern, a couple leather strips. Boom, you have a wearable lantern. You can give them to your followers. Like I said, they work better on vanilla followers rather than more the custom ones, like the Serana or Ash or any of the other custom scripted followers. But I find it typically you work at least decently with all of them, so I say go for it. And with that, I will say long days and pleasant nights.